Picture this. You are in a high-stakes meeting with senior leadership. You have the perfect solution. You sit there, your heart is racing, your mind is spinning, and by the time you work up the courage to speak, the moment has passed. Does this sound familiar to you? Today, I am going to show you exactly how to break this pattern and become the confident voice that commands attention. Hello, I am Bahar, and I have coached hundreds of professionals who struggle with this exact challenge. From brilliant engineers to talented analysts, I have seen silence keeps exceptional people invisible. Here is what I have learned during my 11 years in corporate marketing and what I now teach my clients. Speaking up in meetings is not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the most strategic. In this video, you are going to learn my voice framework, a step-by-step system that transforms meeting anxiety into executive presence. Here is what most people get wrong about speaking in meetings. Mistake number 1, they wait for the perfect moment to speak. Mistake 2, they over-prepare what they will say. Mistake 3, they focus on what could go wrong. They either say nothing at all or they do speak when it comes out rushed, unclear, or at the worst possible moments. I learned this lesson the hard way during my early marketing career. I was in a global marketing meeting with executives from 10 different countries. I was the youngest person in the room and representing the Turkish market. Through the meeting, they were discussing a campaign approach that I knew wouldn't work in our market. I had the data, insight, cultural context, everything needed to contribute meaningfully. But I sat there, convincing myself that someone more senior should speak. Finally, I raised my hand, shared my point. The response? That's exactly what we needed to hear. Why didn't you share this earlier? That moment taught me something crucial. Your silence does not protect you. It makes you invisible. And invisibility is the career killer no one talks about. This is why I developed the voice framework, a systematic approach to meeting participation that I now teach all my clients. Voice actually is an acronym. Let me break down each element. Let's start with the first V, value preparation. Most people prepare for meetings by reviewing the agenda. That's not enough, my friends. You need to prepare your unique value for each meeting. Before each meeting, ask yourself these 3 questions. First question, what unique perspective do I bring to this discussion? Second question, what specific value can I add that others can't? And the third, what would be missing from this meeting if I said nothing? This is the killer question. Spend 10 minutes identifying your unique value. Write it down. This becomes your confidence anchor when it's time to speak. And the second in our framework, O, opportunity recognition. The second element is recognizing speaking opportunities in real time. Most people wait for someone to ask their opinion directly. That's too passive. There are the golden moments to speak up. The first moment, the clarification moment, can clarify something that's unclear. The second one, experience moment, when you share your relevant experience. Third, the question moment, and you can ask a strategic question that advances the discussion. Fourth, the challenge moment, when you can respectfully challenge an assumption. And the fifth moment, the solution moment, when you can offer a specific solution or next step. Here's a pro tip for you. Practice identifying these moments in low-stakes meetings. The more you recognize the patterns, the more natural it becomes. The third element in our framework, intentional declaration. This is where most people go. They jump straight into their point without setting context. This is why their contributions feel random or interrupting. A simple phrase that signals your intent before you make your point. For adding information, you can use this phrase, I have some context that might be useful here. For asking questions, I would like to dig deeper on this. For offering solutions, based on what I have heard, I have a suggestion for you. This simple technique does three things. It gets attention, it sets the expectation, and most importantly, it positions you as someone who speaks with purpose. And fourth element in our voice framework, C, clear communication. Now for the actual speaking part. Here is my formula for clear, confident communication in meetings. PAS structure. PAS structure. It starts with point. State your main message clearly. Assurance. Provide your evidence or your reasoning. So what? Explain why it matters. When you are nervous, you tend to speed up. Intentionally slowing makes you sound more confident and helps others follow your logic. And engagement amplification. The final element is turning your single contribution into ongoing engagement. Most people make their points and then they go silent. The missed opportunity here is to amplify your engagements. Start building on others. In order to do this, you need to take notes during the conversation. So, for example, you can use a phrase like, that builds perfectly on what John said about a couple of minutes ago. Then add your own thoughts. Ask follow-up questions. Sarah, how do you see this impacting your team's timeline? Synthesize different viewpoints shared. We have two interesting perspectives here. Or you can offer to take action. I can get those numbers for our next meeting. This positions you as a facilitator and strategic thinker, not just someone who speaks up occasionally. Let me address the most common obstacles my clients face. Most of the time, I hear, I'm afraid I will sound stupid. Remember, you are in that meeting for a reason because you have expertise, experience, and perspective that others don't. Your silence is actually wasting everybody's time. And I often hear this phrase, I don't want to interrupt. Here is the difference between interrupting and contributing. Use intentional declarations and wait for natural pauses in conversation. And the other thing is, being wrong occasionally is far better than being invisible consistently. Some of the best discussions come from exploring different perspectives, even ones that turn out to be incorrect. Here is what I want you to do before your meeting. Value preparation. Spend 10 minutes identifying your unique contribution. Opportunity practice. Read through the 5 golden moments. Choose 2 to 3 intention declaration phrases that feel natural to you. Practice structuring one key point using point, assurance, so what. Start with just one element. Don't try to implement everything at once. Master value preparation first, then the other elements gradually. The voice framework gives you a systematic approach to transform meeting anxiety into executive presence. Use it consistently and watch how quickly your visibility and influence grow. If this video helped you see meeting participation differently, hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, your career is waiting for your voice. Make sure it gets heard. See you in the next video. Bye bye.